Welcome back, awesome Ash Toy fans and subscribers. A little bit different for me. I have a diorama set by Nova called Ubiquitous. Be creative, build your own unique ubiquitous display. It weighs quite a bit. I've also got the expansion set here. I'm not sure if I'll review both at the same time because it might be a bit long, this review. I don't want to bore you all to tears. This is like inside of a spaceship, space station sort of thing. Supposed to be suitable for 118 and 112. I suspect to be a bit big for 118, but I love the look of it, so we're going to have a look and see what it's about. Now there are some pictures on the side. It looks awesome. I will show you those now. Some of the displays you can make. I'm not sure how easy that's going to be to make them. I think there's lighting involved in the expansion. Maybe this one, I'm not sure, because it does weigh a fair bit. It does look good. You can look here. It has an Instagram, Facebook, and a Twitter as well, which you can probably just about see there. It does look awesome. Same sort of displays then, and the top shows another sort of display with lighting. So let me get this open and let's see what's inside and what it's all about. Now I wish I had my Acid Rain Spacemen with me because they would be superb for this. I do have my Mr. Freeze from DC who looks like a spaceman, so he will be my go-to model for looking inside this. Okay, so it's a sleeve, you have a box. There is a sticker, and then we have an opening here, which, okay, I didn't want to rip the actual card here. And we have instructions. We will look at instructions first. Okay, so, yeah, this will be a long review because there are lots of pieces. That's why it's so damn heavy. What I will probably do is do a stop frame on this as opposed to doing the whole thing from scratch, because it will take a long time, a very long time, because this is quite a substantial instruction booklet, and if I follow this and do this, it's going to take a long time. Okay, so before I go to stop frame, let's get this out and have a quick look, and then we can see. It is coming out quite slowly. It's a very tight fitting box. I would have thought it would have been easier because it's quite heavy, but that is really it opens up instead a tight fit. Okay, so we have lots of parts packed in plastic. Wrapped in plastic here. This is the top shelf, parts coming out here. They are loads of parts in this. Next layer. This one hopefully will come out slightly easier. Is that moving out? Yeah, that's coming out. If I take the bottom out, I can just push it. Again, this is a very tight fit, so putting it back will probably be not that easy. And it's something I'd like to pack away afterwards because I'll probably in the not so distant future I shall be moving again. So let me see, where are we? Okay, at least I can open it from this side now. Okay, and here we have lots, oh dear me, this is like full of stuff. Lots of parts and pieces. Again, this is a very, very comprehensive set, which is a good sign. And there's another box inside this box, a smaller one, which is much heavier. That's where the weight's coming from. So let's have a look at this. this is the connectors. Okay, and there is the power cables and power for the lighting, which is in the part. So that's really, really nice. Now, in fact, I don't think I'm going to do a stop frame, so it might just take too long. I'm probably just going to stop this video, make a new one, and then stitch them together and show you guys over the next 2 or 3 days, because I'm not going to do it all tonight, that's for sure. But this is looking really quite exciting. So we have some, I don't know if these are for the cables or what, some sort of columns there, some connectors, more connectors, tiny connectors. These parts appear to have lighting. Same again there. This maybe has lighting, I'm not sure here, but it's quite wide and there's some white pieces on there. Lots of these, appears to be lighting there, lots of these again. This is quite a comprehensive set, and this appears to be a control panel with buttons and the brand name Nova there. Okay, so I'm going to get cracking on this. So I'll probably finish video in about 2-3 days and then stitch it together, upload it, and you guys can have a look. Okay, so in about a second after I've paused it, I'll be back and you will see what's happened so far. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so I've got everything unpacked and laid out and counted. It took a little while because there is a lot, and I'll just quickly show you that now. So we have over 156 of these, 12 and 60, and then lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of other parts. Okay, so let me get building and I'll be back shortly. So it's another day, I'm back, and this is where I'm up to so far. You have a walkway, then there's enclave and out now. I will hold the camera up in a minute and you can see the top of the walkway here. This is bare because I'm trying to figure out how to do the lighting and put some control panels in here. Then I'll cover it over afterwards. It is rather big. So if I just take the camera up, you can see the nice walkway into the sort of enclave section there that I'm working on at the moment. To give you an idea of scale, let me see. If I take, I will take Mr. Freeze from, I'll be using him, from DC Multiverse. He is a very tall 3.75, he's probably 4 or 4.5 inch figure. And make him stand up first. You can see that it scales really, really nicely with this scale. It would just about work okay with 6-inch figures too, which would be a head height would be around the top here, so it would work with 6-inch too, but not bigger than that. But for 118, it's perfect. If I get a normal size 118, let's take, let me see, let's take Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy 118. To make sure we can stand up first nicely. He's a lot smaller than Mr. Freeze. And you can see that it scales very, very well. Stand up. For him too. So it's a really, really nice scale. Right, I'm going to crack on with this and do another, maybe 20 minutes tonight. And hopefully I'll finish it this week and I can upload this YouTube video and you guys can see and get my my final thoughts on the set. This is just the normal set. I haven't used any parts from the expansion set. I won't do a separate review from the expansion because I don't think there's anything new. If there's something new in it, then I will talk about it and show. But otherwise, I'll just do this set. Maybe if I run out of pieces, I'll open the expansion set and use those pieces too. But as you can see, I have got loads of pieces still that I haven't used. Okay, so I'm going to crack on and do some more of this, and I'll be back when it's nearly finished maybe. We will see. Okay, stay tuned. I'm back, and this is where I'm up to at the moment. It is this big. It goes in like this. These parts do light up, but I'm not going to plug it in just yet. I need to undo this, or all of this actually. I need to rewire it to change this one around so I can fit another light part in here. I'm going to add some more stuff onto it. It's Rewiring it is not complex, but it's not easy. Definitely not for children. Really loving this set so far. I'll give you an idea of scale with this Android, which from a egg toy capsule toy, which I reviewed previously. You see it's perfect 1/18 scale. This setup here. This is an acid rain figure, and again you see the scale is really good for 1/18. If you've got a 6-inch figure, it's going to be somewhere around the top there, so it still works. And smaller scale figures I will show in a later part or later on in this video when I get ready to put in them, and when I finish this as well. Just dropped a little piece. Really loving this set. It's making a thumb sore, but it's really good. And I've got so many pieces I've showed you previously that I've not even used yet. I will do coverings and so forth. Still lots to do. I'm hoping to finish this maybe the next day or two, since tomorrow's a public holiday here in China. Okay, stay tuned. I'll be back, well, in no time at all for you, and a while for me, showing you the progress, and hopefully it'll be finished. Okay, back soon. And I am back again. I will show you the finished product which I've made in a moment. First of all, I'm going to show you the parts I didn't use. So 4 flooring sections I didn't use, 1 lighting section I wanted to use but I couldn't get it to fit because where I wanted it to go is not designed for that place. The remote control, I didn't have a battery for this, so I didn't bother wiring in the remote control. A couple of cover sections, and the rest are just connectors, so quite a few bits that I didn't need to use. I'll pick that part up in a second. All in all, I spent about 8 hours. It's a long time. That's a guess, and that's doing it freestyle, not planning it, not really following the instructions 100%, figuring out how the lighting works, what the buttons do, and so on. And it's pretty nice setup. I didn't use the expansion box, so when you see how big this thing is, it's probably 50 to 60 centimeters across, so it's quite big, and that's using 1 set. And you'll see that in a second. It looks really quite stunning. I do like it, and obviously this is my first crack at designing something on the fly. If I took my time, I think I could do something much nicer than this, and this looks pretty good as it is. Okay, so I am going to set up the camera and the different angle. I'm going to show this set, and I'm going to show it with some figures and change things around and talk some more. I'll hopefully not bore you too much. And I will put a link in the description where you can find this online to buy. It's definitely worth getting. It's really quite good. Okay, so stay sitting down and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so this is the design I came up with. Sort of an interior of a ship sole. I'll move the camera in a second to, well, a couple of times to get a better idea. So corridor section, an enclave, a part of a wall, another corridor section here. It looks quite cool. Let me take the camera up and to get an idea of how it looks with some 1/18 scale figures. 2 different companies here, Acid Rain, and we got Star Wars here. So it's like the interior of a spaceship. Let's put this back and I'll show you the lighting, and I'll do it with some other different figures so you get an idea of how it scales. So lighting, there is one panel which I've got in the back here. You can have the on button and it comes on, pretty cool. Then you have another 3 buttons. One's to control the lighting. It will fade and come back on, or it can fade and change colour. And you have 4 colours, white, blue, red and purple, which looks pretty damn cool. But working out how to do it is a bit more difficult. I think that should stay the same colour now, or will it cycle through the same colour or change? Let me see. That's still cycling through the different colours. I've yet to work out how to do that properly. And this, I think, is now static. I like the red, sort of red alert. I quite like the blue one as well. It's got a nice sort of aesthetic to it. You see, it's really cool for posing figures, for doing a diorama. It does look rather fantastic. The other nice thing is, you know, it's very easy to just change what you're posing. You know, just by changing the figures around, you get a completely different look. So if I was to put, for example, let's say a Black Widow 118, just the other side to the Acid Rain Prospector, oops, stay standing up, you get this whole different dynamic where they're both waiting. Where is the other one? Who's going to find who's going to shoot first? Looks really quite cool. If you want, you can go for more of a sci-fi look. If I use some of these H.A.C.K.S capsule toy droids, they can be doing sort of repair work to the engineering section or something, and you get a nice look. Maybe they're trying to do repair work because it's going to an emergency, so it's all in red. Okay, what is going on here? Let's get our droids repairing the hyperdrive, the whatever it is that's going wrong there. Maybe you want more of an action scene. Perhaps you want to use some more military style stuff. I use a couple of Joy Toy here. Can have one here. We can have another one in a running pose, who's running across the corridor. And then maybe with this, we want to change the lighting again. Maybe you want to go for something perhaps less red. I think the white could be quite cool on this. So that's pretty cool. Other things you may want to think about setting up is maybe more sci-fi. I will use a Mattel DC Multiverse Mr. Freeze because he looks like a spaceman. And I use a Marvel Hasbro Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord because he looks like he's a spaceman as well. So you get a different sort of aesthetic coming on again. And what's really quite cool about this is that it works with a number of different scales. Now if you look here, I'm using 2 sections. If I make it 3 sections, it will work really well for the 6-inch, the 112 scale. 6-inch could work with this 2 sections too. Now if I use 1 section, I can get much bigger and it'll work for smaller scales, but this works really nicely for smaller scales too. If you're into the Acid Rain stuff, the smaller scale, the B25, see if I can change my lighting a bit, maybe. Will that do it? Let's have a look. Maybe you want to do an Acid Rain B25 diorama. So here I've got my H.A.C.K.S Moose Laurel in a hanger. Maybe it's being attacked by some Amangans. So let's put my Jack up here defending. We'll have a dead H.A.C.K.S trooper here. Let's have Bob shooting over here. We'll have another H.A.C.K.S trooper who's hiding behind the corner here, maybe, looking a bit surprised. Let's have still waiting behind here too, and I'll move the camera in a second. Now let's get our Amangas coming in. We'll have a trooper shooting over here. Let's have another one shooting behind the barrier here, and we'll have the commander shooting maybe over here. For this scale, it is absolutely awesome. Now if you imagine that I use 1 section, I can make a much bigger display. Because 2 sections is quite big. That does work well for the hanger sort of section for the Moose Laurel here. It looks quite cool in blue. Red, not so good. Purple's quite cool as well. So it's got lots of potential. And this is just one setup that took me a while. It'll be a lot quicker the next time now that I know what I'm doing with the lighting and so on. So that would be quite cool. All the figures I've shown you can find in my videos. This costs under 800 Hong Kong dollars, and as I showed at the beginning, I also got the expansion set, which I've not used, which comes with loads more parts. I probably would extend this by one section, add a wall section here, or if I bought another of one of the main sets, I'll make it two-sided, but I'd only have walls on one side, obviously, because I'm display stuff. It is such a nice, such a cool, and I mean really cool piece. I do like this, and the lighting's great. And if I had the remote control plugged in, I could sit down and just press buttons to change the lighting at will. Really quite nice. It's just a USB wire that plugs into the back. Ubiquitous by Nova. Really, really cool. And another great thing is, if you're into like wargaming, like Games Workshop stuff, using one section or two sections, you get a really nice sort of Warhammer 40k diorama going on, or even a game board for 40k, even a game board for Space Hulk, or maybe even Necromunda, and so on. It's really quite amazing. This is a great product. It does work your thumbs quite a lot. It's definitely not for children. If you buy it for kids, you'll be doing a lot of all the work yourself, because it does take quite a bit of strength for some of the things to be done. But it is well worth the time and effort, because it does look so damn good. Okay, so this is amazing. This is Nova's Ubiquitous sort of diorama set, and I've got the expansion set too. It's worth getting. This is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more awesome action toy videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting. Okay, bye bye.